Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to change my starter motor because it's engaging with the flywheel intermittently, so it's on its way out.
This isn't a how-to video, it's for you to decide whether you want to do the job or send it to your mechanic.
While we're here, let me tell you the story of one of the drifters in America. He had intermittent starting fault. Jacked up the front, rear wheel drive, isn't it? BMW. Went looking underneath for the starter motor fault. Was fooling with a few wires. The starter engaged, collapsed on top of him, so not good. Always worth sharing stories, isn't it? Keep ourselves safe.
To get access to the start motor, you've got to remove the wheel and the wheel arch liners.
Right, we're under the car. Here's the sump. Trying to get the heat shield off. It's an absolute nightmare to get from the top with what's that, 16mm spanner. There's a hole here. Looks like it's part of the sump. So the hole there, and I've managed to get the open end of the spanner through there onto the nut, which you can't really see. Take my word for it. But yeah, I've just cracked it off. But yeah, that's took me probably about 10 minutes to figure out because I couldn't get a socket set in there. And I didn't want to round it off. But that's the bottom of the heat shield, which I'll show you in a minute when I get it out.
Here's a picture of a heat shield and here's a diagram showing where the bolt is.
There's the heat shield and the starter motor, and where you've got to disconnect the electrics. Pinch drive because it's slightly longer because there's like a stud sticking out of the starter motor to get that out. Looking up there, feels like there's another 10 mil up there, so I put a socket on and see if I can do that one as well. Underneath the car, same place as before, you can see the spanner on the nut. I'm going to undo that and hopefully that's the bottom of the starter motor. So a good top tip on working around getting the nuts off and stuff with this bit through here is to go around the back. There's a lot more room for your hand. You see that? Hopefully you can see that anyway. It's better than trying to put it through here. Right, one more bolt for the starter motor is free. As you can see, the weather's a lot different to when I started. I was struggling to get off. There's a third nut on the starter motor and I couldn't see what it was. Found out it was an 8, so I'm just going to struggle now and get the starter motor out through the driver's side. There's that 8mm, just so you can see what it looks like. So just lifted the heat shield out of the way. This is the passenger side, by the way, and that's the back of the starter motor. Back of the starter, looks like I undid that one for no reason. That's the one with that that 8mm we couldn't see. Mine's got a blue coating on the wire in there. You can't really see it's down there. And that goes on the long one, just to make things easy for you guys putting it back together. So maybe this is the cause of my fault. I'm not entirely sure, but the starter motor is engaging with the flywheel intermittently. It's going in and out, in and out. It should say there's a loose connection or something there. Maybe this has been dropped in the past, but on the new one it's not like that at all. So I fed the start motor through the back of the manifold. The first bolt I put in was down here, which comes from the back of the gearbox into here, then this one, and there's another one up here. And I accidentally took one of the gearbox ones out there as well, but not to worry, it's hard to see what you're doing. So I've left these loose for now, just in case I've done something stupid and it all starts welding itself together. I can protect the wiring by just pulling it off. Right, most importantly, she's out of gear. She's good. Add a quick clean and a degrease underneath here. No massive rust spots really, which is cool. The springs are good. Not rusting away, which is good to see. Alright, a few top tips. Wear long sleeves. Pay someone else to do it. Yeah, it's taken a few hours to do this. Give yourself a day. I had to wait a couple of days for the part, but yeah, it's supposed to be an hour and a half by the book, but yeah, it took me way longer than that. So when you're putting this back in the car, it's hard to see which ones you're going to be using, but you don't actually use that one on the starter motor, you just use those 3. If you got this far, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.
Let me know in the comments, are you selling it to your garage or are you cracking it yourself?